Think for a moment how many times you bend forward in a given day. Maybe it's something as simple as you're picking up a pen off the floor, tying your shoelaces, bending down to give your children a hug, or picking up one of your pets. Forward bending is an essential movement pattern and something that we really need to build more confidence in. Wouldn't it be nice if there was more freedom and range of motion in that pattern of forward bending that you use so often? Well, it can be done simply, but you need to know the right approach, because there's many approaches that I've found over the years that don't quite get there. They allow your body to compensate, and you're often stretching more of perhaps your back or other areas, and you're not learning that fundamental pattern of hinging at the hips and bending forward. So the ostrich stretch is the result of many years of trial and error, and I've found it's a very successful and useful way with all of my students that I've taught to get started in the pattern of forward bending. So in this video we'll be going through step by step how to perform the ostrich stretch, and you'll also get a real-time video of me performing it so you can practice alongside with me. So be well and enjoy the video coming up. Okay, so now you've seen it performed in real time. Let's break it down step by step so you can really get into the nitty-gritty and perform it with quality yourself. It's really important that you perform each of your stretches with quality and you're conscious and intentional when you're stretching, not just going through the motions. Okay, so the first part when we get set up for the ostrich stretch is the setup itself. So you'll notice, as I did in the video before, and I'll demonstrate now, we are taking a step backwards. Now, if you're first starting out, your step might be smaller. At the very least, your toe should be in line with your heel. So as you come back down, you can see there, and you're balancing most of the weight on the front leg. The back toe is just there to stabilize you and stop you from falling over. So we'll start off with an average width and then experiment from there to find what's appropriate for you. So you'll take that step back, then you'll link the hands behind. This is just to bring some consciousness and awareness to what your lumbar spine is doing. If you feel at any point it's rounding against your hands, you know that you're trying to over push the range. So you want to make sure you continue to be aware and conscious that your spine is nice and flat. You shouldn't feel the musculature of the spine over-engage at any point. So we're moving back down into the position. Now take 1 to 3 breaths just to calm yourself in this position and allow your body to get familiar. Imagine we've gone to 3 breaths. Notice the weight there is supported on the back toe. The front leg is straight. There's no bend in the knee at any point. And now my foot is actively pushing into the ground. You want to make sure that there's a contraction during the stretch. You're not just flopping down into it. Have some strength. Never move beyond 70% of your max. Always leave 30% of your capacity available, okay? This is so that if you move into that 100%, what your body does is it tenses up. And as far as the energy flows, it causes a blockage. It closes that tap completely. What we want to do while we're stretching is keep an open channel while looking to move into some new range. And that will add up over time. It'll also make sure that you don't over push yourself and your recovery goes like that, okay? So remember the 70-30 rule whilst I'm demonstrating this. Once you've got the setup down, we're ready for the pulsing action. Hands are linked and now we're gently pulsing. Now remember that rule of 70%. Don't go really flat out because tomorrow you won't be able to walk so well. So just work that 70% range. Leave 30% available. Imagine your head is being elongated and your spine is lengthening out, and just breathe naturally as you pulse. Perform 10 to 20 pulses or listen to when your body starts to allow you into a new range. Then at that point, bring your hands down, and this is where we close the circuit. You want to anchor down with your hands while you contract the musculature behind you. So effectively we're looking to pull our body up, but the arms are pulling down. And remember, once again, only go to 70% of your capacity today. If you're not quite sure what that is, experiment. Go conservative at the start and build up gradually. As you're down here, you'll hold for 3 to 5 breaths. Naturally, I've been here quite a lot longer so far, but just keep the contraction, 3 to 5 breaths. Then walk yourself back up. Take a moment, let the tension go, and then you'll come into the other side. Once again, you'll get set up, taking that step back to the point that's comfortable and appropriate for you. Remember, we're looking to stretch a little bit, so at the start be conservative. As you get to know your body, you'll move further and further. Hands behind the back, sitting the hips backwards, lengthening the spine, getting familiar, pulsing, and deepening. Your objective should be for you to at least be able to get your fingertips to the ground without rounding your back at any point. Once you can start to grab your toes with a flat back, you should be ready for more advanced movements in this pattern or to deepen your stance. So practice consistently and humbly. With time, your body will allow you to move into deeper range, and you'll notice naturally you'll experience more freedom. Remember, the feeling here isn't just like stretching. It's not just about going in and stretching the hell out of yourself. Learn and listen. Remember, you're building strength now just as much as stretching. So there's the ostrich stretch in great detail. Now all you have to do is keep watching the video until it makes sense and practice. Practice this consistently and you'll find lots of new ranges start to open up for you in that forward bending pattern and allow you to get a better relationship with the ground that you live on.